Hello, and welcome to Broken Boujee, the show that will teach you how to ball on a budget and how to get through college when you're living check to check. I'm your host, with far from the most, Devin Baird. Now let's just get right into it. Student debt, loans, and tuition. Words that oftentimes might make the average college student yearn for the days when the most they had to worry about was being able to get an extra cookie during snack time. And with these incoming facts, it is totally understandable why nap time and picking a toy from the toy chest are sorely missed. According to Forbes contributor and Make Lemonade founder Zach Friedman, student loan debt is now the second highest consumer debt category, behind only mortgage debt and higher than both credit cards and auto loans. Now you might be asking yourself, second highest behind mortgage and debt and higher than both credit cards and auto loans? Well, damn, just how bad is it? Well, here I am to depress you and myself by letting you know the U.S. student debt for this current year is a whopping $1.4 trillion and rising. Also to make note of, there are more than 44 million borrowers with $1.4 trillion in student loan debt in the U.S. alone. The average student in the class of 2016 has $37,172 in student loan debt. In our state of New Jersey, the average debt for the class of 2016 was $29,878, ranking at 18 out of all 50 states. Now I know, horrifying stuff, right? It keeps me up every night and I have nightmares of numbers flying in my face. But enough about that. Let's try and see the silver lining. Always tell myself it's important to remember that even though being broke is rough, being broke is also only temporary. Everybody's broken one way or another. And seeing as how there are around 16 million college students in the US, you are most definitely not alone. And we're all in debt together. So with all that being said, let me introduce our guests today. Joining us today is Bob Bottingham and Patricia Ionasi. Now, after hearing some of those facts, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it sounds just about right to me. Like, we're in a very desperate place, financially, most students, but it's just the harsh reality that we have to live with.
Right. How about you, Patricia?
I could say the same thing. I mean, trillion, that's a lot of
It's
money.
it's
Think
a
about
lot.
it. Maybe they should make colleges cheaper or
You would-
pay the executive heads less.
You would think, but hey. But what are some ways you have struggled with being broke?
For me, mostly it's food, because I do have a meal plan, but it's 10 a week. So 10 meals isn't that much when you really think about 7 days a week. So
Because you're thinking on the weekend, that's when it's just oh, I actually have to make something now.
yeah, yeah. Or I save them for the weekend, but then it's a 1 meal a day thing. I survive off the cans of tuna thing. It's pretty desperate in my apartment. My parents send me the care packages of some popcorn, nice. So, how about you, Bob?
How about just the morning after a night at the bar, you see there's no money in your wallet. I think that's the kind of thing that happens all the time. So it's just a matter of being smart and
Right.
not going crazy.
But now, how do you maintain balance of money, school, and social life?
It's not easy. I'd say you need to work. You need to do your schoolwork and you need to have a job. That needs to be your top priorities. Then your social life can come after. And whatever activity you want to do, there's a way to do it cheaper. I love movies, so wake up at the crack of dawn and see a matinee movie. You save $4.
True. They have that in my town, but it's $2 Tuesdays or $5 Tuesdays, tightwad Tuesdays.
See, back in my
$5
hometown, it was $2 Tuesday.
That'd be awesome.
You're getting ripped off.
I'm getting ripped off by $3, but yeah, no. Especially recently, I did a really good job thrifting because for my class I had to do a set design,
Right.
and I was given $200. But just to balance the social life, the funding, the broke, and school, it kind of all melded into one because I was given this budget, but then I was also shopping, so it's I wanted to buy things for myself with my own money, and then I ended up spending a lot of money, but I socially did it. So does that count? I brought my friends shopping for school. That's a rare occasion, but hey, I bought over 36 props with $200, so
Cool.
Goodwills. That's how you gotta do it.
Now, real quick, what are some tips you'll offer to those at home? I know you mentioned something about, work first or schoolwork first and then work. So anything else you would want to do for that? Any other tips?
Eat cheaply. Everybody wants to go out every night and eat whatever you want.
Treat
Get that ice cream. Yeah, treat yourself, right? But it's a lot smarter to just, live by necessity. I love peanuts. I could eat peanuts all day long. You get a big bag of peanuts for less than $3, and that's a meal if it has to be.
When you're on a budget, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, food's definitely like a big chunk of like money spent, but I also like to, buy clothes a lot when I, pass a test. I like to reward myself, but like you can't spend a lot of money. Like, so I wore this outfit to like show that I got this shirt at Goodwill for like $3. I got this on sale for $5 at like Forever 21.
Nice.
I got these shoes from Five Below for $5 just because I needed like a black pair of shoes.
Those are really nice shoes, by the way.
So yeah, like they're not so bad, honestly. I was like, oh, these are nice. I can't remember the tights. Sorry on that.
Sorry.
But like you could get stuff for yourself. Like you could treat yourself. Just do it secondhand. Like what's so bad? Like I don't know.
Now, what kind of scholarships or grants have you guys applied for during college, if you have at all?
I applied for the Ned Eckhart one, and I also applied for the Coswell Women Gender Studies one. That's like $400, which is
Every little bit counts.
It's really.
Through my dad, he is a boilermaker. Through like his union, I was able to get a scholarship for $1,500 a semester, which really helps out at the end of the day.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of talking about the broke, depressing conversation stuff. It's, let's play a game. It's called Cheap or Chic. We will show you two items that are similar, and you will try to guess which is the cheap item and which is the chic item. I will then reveal the prices, and hopefully they surprise you. So, while we get the items loaded up, what are some accessories that you guys like to use? Me personally, I'm a headphones guy. You can't really go wrong with them. Sometimes I'll just wear headphones just because, even if I'm playing music on them or not. But now, which one do you think is cheap or chic of these headphones right here?
Well, you know what? Those ones that look like Beats, I don't see the official Beats logo, so I'm gonna say that they might be fake.
They do look a lot like it though, because I have Beats and I use them for like earmuffs sometimes, like you were saying, if you're not even playing anything. But
let's see it.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big difference.
It's just weird to me because you see the black pair, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, the cushioning looks real nice, but it's just like
$900.
That's
like close to 1,000.
Those don't look Bluetooth.
There's audiophile pairs.
All right, let's see what we've got next. Ooh, now we got some bags. Personally, I think the one on the right would be the more expensive one, but let's see. Like, what do you guys have? What's
I
your
mean, the
input?
one on the left, like, just based on the logo, looks like a knockoff of like an expensive brand.
Right.
So I guess probably go to the right.
I feel like the right one looks like it's made with like better material. Just judging from the picture, like I would have to say the one on the right.
Let's see it.
Wow.
Yeah, and the
2000.
bag, the pattern bag, that's a Louis Vuitton thing.
Yeah, it looked kind of like that, but I thought
It doesn't look that good to me, but
Yeah,
hey,
right?
what
I wouldn't
do
spend
I
money
know?
on it.
I don't get bags like that. Now here we have some shoes. Me, you can't fool me with shoes. I know which is which, but let's see what you guys have to say.
Yeah, definitely the one on the left
Would be cheap or chic.
would be chic.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
chic.
I was thinking the one on the right would be chic, but I don't like the look of the one on the left. But
Nah, it
we'll
says
see.
Prada.
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 And I'll agree, I don't like the look of the Prada shoes either, but hey,
I mean, I don't think it's
you're paying for the name. And here we have some watches. Me personally, I think both of them are pretty expensive, but
I
we'll
would
see.
say the left because it's got like the fancy little little.
The
clock.
left has a fancy face.
Yeah, the left the fancy.
However, the right kind of looks like it's made more of the gold. And
Let's-
the left looks a little too shiny, like it might be plastic. I don't know.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, second one's a Rolex.
Let's just move the decimal.
But yeah. So now, like I mentioned earlier, as a desperate attempt to make this whole thing less depressing, we're all broke. So we can all identify with the feeling and the struggles, having to sometimes sacrifice going out at night, getting the kind of food we really want, or in the most tragic of instances, having to give up on our Netflix or Hulu subscriptions. However, only temporary at the end of the day. So it's only right we get other college students to give us some pointers. Let's see what Rowan has to say.
How do you find a balance between school, work, and also having a social life?
Time management is going to be the most important part of that. You got to make sure you have enough time for your schoolwork, enough time for your social life, and if you have a job, enough time for that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Also, make sure you have time to sleep. Like, you want to be getting like at least 8 hours of sleep a night, and time to like take care of yourself and rest, because like otherwise you're going to be stressed, you're going to burn out, and your college experience is going to be like awful.
I think organizational skills and time management are like two of the biggest things for me personally. I think just realizing, okay, like this is when it has to be done. this is something else I can do in the meantime, and then just kind of like setting your goals for then.
I plan ahead for a lot of things. I try to keep a good calendar. I feel that really helps me balance all of my extracurriculars and my schoolwork.
Where do you go to find cheap groceries around campus?
I go to Aldi. It's really cheap. ShopRite's nice for like meats and produce and stuff like that, but Aldi definitely for all like the stuff that you can get anywhere.
Do you have like any advice on ways for college students to be able to save money?
Yeah, take advantage of the things you're paying for with your tuition. So taking some napkins or extra food from the cafe really helps out in the end.
And what advice would you give to college students looking for ways to save money?
I think look for student discounts because they exist. A lot of people don't take advantage of them. A lot of places, it doesn't hurt to ask, like, hey, do you have a student discount?
See, my method of finding balance is constantly saying I'm broke, even though I have money. I kind of trick my brain into believing that I really am broke so I don't end up spending money I don't need to. Always helps me out when I'm looking to save money. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break starring one of the new budding voice actors of today. Have you ever wanted to be more involved with social justice and activism on your campus, but did not know where to start? Am I sending? Then look no further, because the Office of Social Justice, Inclusion, and Conflict Resolution is the place you need to be. With centers dedicated to women's, religious, social, and race studies, arm yourself with the knowledge necessary to inform others on inclusivity and equity. Welcome back. Now, like any college dormitory, there are residential assistants, the RAs, a job that students can apply for if they meet the necessary requirements. That includes free room and board and a free 14 meals a week meal plan. Another way for you to knock off a nice chunk of tuition and stay well fed. So we reached out to some of Rowan's own RAs to fill us on how they feel about the perks.
My name is Ryan Alloy. I'm the graduate coordinator for Student Org Services. I'm a graduate student here at Rowan, and as well as a recent alumni. In my undergrad career, I was an RA, so Carmen invited me here to talk to you a little bit about what that experience was like for me. So in my undergrad career, I was friends with a lot of RAs. I also had family members who had done it and talked very highly of the position. So when I transferred here to Rowan, it's something that I wanted to apply for. I applied in the first year I was here, and I got it. So I was only an RA for 1 year, but it was definitely an experience that I'm glad that I had. So for me, the best part was the freedom it gave me to really get involved in campus. I was very busy my senior year. On top of a full course load, I worked, I was an RA. I also held 2 internships, so it gave me the freedom to not really worrying about having to work off campus or having to commute back and forth like I would if I had lived at home or if I was trying to pay for housing myself. So for me, that was the best benefit, was to really be able to go all in to my college experience. So it's definitely a difficult job, but it does give you a lot of good skill sets. Res Life in general, but especially Rowan's Res Life, is big on giving you opportunities to grow as a person and professional development. It also taught me a lot about, I thought I had good time management skills, but you learn pretty quickly when you might have an incident at 3 a.m. You really need to be prepared and get things done ahead of time. So it definitely improved my time management skills as well as my interpersonal communication skills and crisis management skills.
So now that we finished up talking about being sad and broke, how about we start talking about being broke and bougie? I'm going to list off some great places for you to shop at. Now, I know you're probably thinking ShopRite is the place you want to go to do all your grocery shopping. But if you're really trying to get the most bang for your buck, I highly recommend checking out Aldi. You might be getting the store brand stuff, but when it comes to getting the basic necessities, it shouldn't really matter so long as you save money and eat good all while doing it. But if you just can't stand to get the store brand stuff and you're trying to live the lifestyle of the show's title, there's another discount grocery store that offers a wider variety of name brand food products. Save Lot has just what you need to get. If you do sign up for their Smart Shopper Club, you'll receive exclusive coupons and deals, along with cheap dinner recipe ideas. Let's also remember our thrift stores. And before you think it, no, you're not above shopping at a thrift store. If it was good enough for Macklemore to make a song about it, it's good enough for you. But on a serious note, don't sleep on the Goodwill store or a local pawn shop. Believe it or not, they have just about anything you can think of there. old video game consoles, vinyls and CDs, clothing, and even furniture for those living off campus, all at a low price and even offering student discounts of 15% on Thursdays. And since it is a pawn shop, remember, you can sell some stuff too you don't really use anymore and make some quick cash. How about some restaurants? You ever had some cheap and fire sushi? Well, you're going to once I tell you about Samurai. At Samurai, they have a great special of 50% off all sushi rolls, along with an added 10% student discount. You can get some nice sushi with your friends with the added satisfaction of saving money. On Sundays at Landmark, you can get 50-cent wings on any and all wings offered. At Landmark, they also have the football games playing on their TVs, so you can get your Sunday football and grub on at the same time. I mean, wings and football are such a classic combo, and when you add in the fact you can get all the football games going along with 50-cent wings, how can you possibly go wrong? And since we all love Amazon and they're basically going to take over the world in the near future, you'll probably love to know that college students can get 6 months of Amazon Prime for free with Amazon Prime Student. This includes free 2-day shipping with no minimum purchase, unlimited free streaming of movies and TV shows, and Prime Video, and unlimited storage for your photos. And while we're talking about online deals, I'm sure by now some of you may have heard about Spotify Premium for students. You not only just spend $4.99 a month, but now they also throw in Hulu for free with just minimum commercials. So now you can get your music fix and TV fix at the same time for the low. Have you seen Thor Ragnarok or Blade Runner 2049? Well, you definitely should because they're both awesome. And I have the place you'll want to see them at. The AMC Theater in Deptford Township offers student discounts with a valid ID starting at 4 p.m. every day. But maybe you just rather not spend money at all. I mean, what better way to save money than not spend any money to begin with? Well, since you're a Rowan student, it's only right for you to find out what Rowan has to offer for their students in terms of entertainment located in the Chamberlain Student Center. As a Rowan student, you have free access to Rowan after-hour events that include movie nights, petting zoos, casino nights, talent shows, open mics, and even trivia nights. But if you're feeling pretty artsy, check out the Rowan Art Gallery, free for students to scope out paintings, sculptures, and photography done by current Rowan Art students and alumni. While you're in the artsy mood, perhaps you can also check out Rowan student productions, courtesy of the theater majors. Maybe you're into gaming. Rowan has you covered there too. Try checking out the Game Center, where you'll be able to play all the latest games on all the latest consoles. But if you'd rather be traditional, you'll be glad to know there are air hockey, foosball, and ping pong tables available as well. And if you're trying to stay in shape, Rowan has 2 gyms available to all students. Play a game of pickup basketball with some friends, or do some laps in the pool or on the indoor track in the rec center. Also available in the rec center are free spin classes and yoga classes, and all they require from you is your Rowan ID. Oh yeah, I think it's also a pretty great time to mention that at Rowan, you can kind of do some free grocery shopping. Did you know in a student survey at Rowan, 51% of students say they had to skip a meal because they couldn't afford it? Tragic. But there's a bright side to all this. As of last school year, Rowan has started its own food bank called The Shop in order to help combat food insecurity on college campuses. Now, if you've ever been to your local food bank, then you probably know you will have access to all your basic cooking needs. Pasta, cereal, baking goods, canned fruits, vegetables, and soups, all for the great price of free $3.99 with your Rowan ID. Less variety in your cooking needs, but can you really argue with free? Now, keep in mind that this is free, so the shop runs on a first-come, first-served basis. The hours of the shop are Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. What if I were to tell you there was a way for you to learn more about editing the fast and easy way? Make that step from being an RTF amateur to a pro with concise tutorials on audio and video editing on lynda.com for free with your own university login. We all know how hard it can be sometimes. Those long, seemingly endless days in the film editing lab trying to finish up the editing film project or that TV1 project. Now, I hinted earlier that the Chamberlain Student Center has a lot going on, and I do mean a lot. And if you're like me, it's easy to forget just what the Student Center has to offer. I mean, hey, sometimes it can be a bit hard to keep track of all those Rowan After Hours events. So we figured out, why not go to the source for these raw events? The student employees who help to make all these activities possible and fun for everyone.
What are some of your favorite events that you've worked on?
Some of my favorite events are $1,000 bingo nights. That's something that I'm in charge of this year. There's always a good turnout, and it's always just a fun night, giving away a bunch of prizes. I like our bigger events too, like tomorrow we have Burrow and Lights. It's our annual tree lighting. I like the ones where we get the community involved and whatnot, because Rowan, we do a lot of events for the students, but we also like to incorporate some people from the community as well to make sure that Rowan is being kind to the community.
I mean, every night with the craft is my favorite, but I actually love bingos because people get really into it, And it's just fun to give away a bunch of free stuff, like televisions, like just give away a free TV. I think it's fun when you can really make people excited about those things.
Why did you choose to work here at the Student Center?
It always seemed like a fun job when I'd come to these events. We're now called the Student Center and Campus Activities. The people that worked here always had a smile on their face, always seemed to enjoy themselves. And out of all the jobs on campus, it seemed like the one where I'd have the most fun. I'd get to do something different every day. Like our events are different every single weekend, and it's never exactly the same, which is something that I like. It keeps things going and keeps things creative as well.
Well, I mean, I had friends who worked here, and I saw that they really enjoyed it. But mostly, I wanted to get involved on campus and kind of root myself here, to be a part of the university and give back and just help it grow. So I just really wanted to be a part of what makes Rowan awesome.
My favorite part of my job would be the people I work with. It's a really good environment. Everyone here we call it like a family environment. Everyone just has a good time, and everyone here really enjoys working here, and it makes the environment fun. And I enjoy coming into work every day.
Do you have any advice for people who would like to work here at the Student Center?
I mean, it's always good to go for it, be yourself, be comfortable, don't hold back. And I guess like being as involved as you can on campus with other things as well. Benefit of coming here is free stuff, free food, and free laughs, and making friendships and stuff like that.
Coupons. You get them every time you get the weekly Sunday paper. We all know what they're for, but do we really understand the true power of these tiny pieces of paper? From half-off savings on restaurants and movies to buy one, get one free deals on clothing and grocery shopping, it's full time we learn just how long we can make a dollar stretch with the help of a coupon book and a dream. A dream to not go broke in college. You can get books like these from fundraising efforts by youth sports teams, school events, and like I mentioned earlier, the Sunday papers. It can also make planning a night out a little easier if you plan around going somewhere you have a coupon for, but just don't let your date see you using one. In today's digital age, couponing is easier than ever with the endless amounts of couponing sites and apps to help you find deals and steals. First, find the codes you need for the sites you visit, then find the coupons you want for the places you go, and finally, print them up so they can get scanned up. Or if you have an app, just pull them up on your phone to be scanned. A little bit of research can go a long way into saving money, so you don't have to eat ramen for dinner again. Now, how about you guys take a trip over to the game room while I go get Boujee?
The Rowan University Game Room, located in the Student Center's lower floor, has plenty to do. In the game room, TVs and gaming systems are provided to play on to your heart's content. If you aren't into traditional game consoles, arcade cabinets are available for your gaming pleasure, so there's something for everyone. Want to show off your skills? Join a tournament and crush the competition. Whether it's co-op, competitive, or single player, you'll find something to have fun.
Many of us feel elegant and wealthy, but don't have the budget or the know-how to do so. Let's take food and cooking, for example. We all love food, but judging from the fire alarms that constantly go off daily in the dorm rooms here at Rowan, many of us do not know how to cook. And that's okay, because here on Broken Boujee, we do not judge our broke brothers and sisters in arms. So here's Chef Ronnie G to teach you how to finesse that simple cup of noodles into a lasting and tasty meal.
First, start off by taking your chicken and slicing it up into nice even pieces. Next, choose your spices of choice. My personal favorite is adobo, and begin spreading it over the meat. Maybe add a little bit of black pepper and garlic powder for an extra boost in flavor. Afterwards, make sure to wash your hands and set the oven temperature to medium. Once heated, put some vegetable oil onto the pan and spread it around. Next, drop your meat onto the pan. Splashing is completely normal. Move the chicken around for an even cook. Grab some veggies and put them into the microwave. While that cooks, take your chicken out of the pan and place it onto a plate. Take your veggies out of the microwave and set them aside. Cut your chicken into smaller pieces and save the uncut chicken for later. Now grab your cup of noodles, open it up, and fill it with water, and heat it up in the microwave. Once cooked, pour into a bowl and throw some chicken on it, and a little bit more for protein. Finally, throw some veggies in, and voila, you have a beautiful chicken and veggie ramen noodle soup on a Broken Boujee budget.
Another dilemma us Broken Boujee college students face is how to create a comfortable, stylish home environment in a sometimes dingy college dorm. These next few tips will have your do-it-yourself creative juices flowing when it comes to decor in the dorm.
Hi, I'm Alyssa and welcome to my crib. I hang up most of my clothes in the closet, but keep my foldables either in small baskets on the top shelf of my closet or in my dresser. I have a printer in my room for the convenience of printing my work from home. I try my best to keep organized with a whiteboard, which I write my agenda on, and clean visible workspace. The tapestry above my bed was handmade by myself this past summer. I thought it was a cool and cheap DIY project to do because most of the material I used to make were from the dollar store. I have a clothesline of hanging pictures of my friends and I to give my room a crafty look. Again, this idea was cheap and easy to do. Lastly, my 2 hand-painted pictures I created on 2 small canvases that I got for about $5 each.
Oh wow, I didn't expect to see you guys here. Well, hey, now that you're here, how about you come check out my room? Well, first things first, I'd like to start with my flag that I got from home. It's a flag of Trinidad and Tobago, that's where I'm from, so I like to bring it with me, have a little part of my home and culture with me here at Rowan. Over here, I have my books. When I'm not busy being an amazing host, I like to get my reading on. Over here, I have my posters. I got these posters from a poster sale in the beginning of the semester. Rowan University, they like to have these people who sell posters. That's available to all students. But maybe you don't want to pay for posters because, hey, it's money. So how about you take some shirts that you might have, maybe some jerseys, some band shirts, maybe some hats too that you can hang up, all for free. And for all my broke brothers and sisters at arms, you can be broke, but stay bougie. Thank you all for joining us on Broken Boujee. Don't forget the helpful tips we shared with you today that will help you now and in the future. I'm your host, Devin Baird. Remember, you might be broke, but that doesn't mean you can't be bougie.
This is just behind the scenes, trying to find our interviewees.
Is because that's what's gonna be the downfall of the first 2. You know, you go out, you get drunk, you throw up on a bunch of girls, then your entire next day's wasted because you're hungover in bed all day, which is completely pointless because then you can't go to work or you can't go to class. You start missing classes, it's a snowball effect. Then you're just gonna be a dumb kid that drops out of college just because you wanted to get drunk. Don't get FOMO. There's no such thing as fear of missing out. Go to bed early and get to your 8 a.m.s, kids. Rush.